We're going to do a few of these. You can use a calculator at this point now. So we're using Desmo Scientific. That's what you see on the right-hand side. So this is going to be 2 raised to the 5th power, and I get 32. For number 3, it's going to be I'm going to clear that. 3 raised to the 6th, arrow to the right, and then 3 raised to the 7th. You're going to get 1,594,323. Example 3, we can only add the exponents. So we keep the base, and we can only do this when the base is the same. So it's going to be 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9. So I have y to the 24th. Now with this one, you're going to multiply what looks the same. We're going to multiply the 4 and the 5. We're going to call this the coefficients, and then we're going to add the 7 and the 8. So we're going to say 20 base A raised to the 15th power. Remember that 15 only goes to the base A. Number 5, we're multiplying the 5 and the -3, and then we're going to add, we're going to add the exponents. So we're going to say -15 n raised to the 7th. Number 6, again, we can only talk about the bases that look the same. So I kind of want to use some different colors here. So multiplying what's in purple, adding the exponents of the A, and then adding the exponents of the B. So we're going to say for number 6, 8 times, or -8 times 2 is 16. -16, A raised to the 9th, and then B raised to the 11th. Distributing the 3 and the 5, so you're multiplying. So it's x raised to the 15th. And then when you have all these terms in the parentheses, we now assume that each of those is raised to the 1st power, and the 4 is going to get distributed to each power. So 4 gets multiplied by each of those ones. So for number 9, I have 3 to the 4th, x to the 4th, y to the 4th. And then 3 to the 4th is going to simplify to 81. So do that in the calculator. It goes 3 raised to the 4th. And then I get x4, y4. That's my solution. Number 10, I'm going to have -3 raised to the 1st times x raised to the 1st. 3 on the outside gets distributed on the inside to the parentheses, to the exponent. So I have -3 to the 3rd times x to the 3rd. I want you to be careful right here with this -3 to the 3rd. Please put that in parentheses, especially with your negatives. So we're going to put this into the calculator, parentheses, negative, and then close my parentheses, raise that to the 3rd. So I get -27x raised to the 3rd. Whole thing in the parentheses. So if you see parentheses on your page, you need to put parentheses into the calculator. So parentheses, fraction 1 is the A over B. So it's 7 or 4 over 7. Close my parentheses, all that's raised to the 3rd, or we say cubed. So you get this crazy decimal. If you press this bubble right there, now you're going to get a fraction or a simplified fraction of 64 over 343. This 4 gets distributed to the numerator and denominator, the powers of each of those terms. So I get A So A 3 times 4 over B 4 times 4. So then altogether I'm going to get A to the 12th over B to the 16th. Wherever the smaller power is, you're going to subtract it from the larger power. So you're going to say -9 minus 9. So I get x to the 4th over x to the 0. Well, x to the 0 equals 1. Anything to the 0 power is 1, so my answer is just x4. Number 15, we're subtracting the smaller exponent from the larger exponent. So I'm left with z to the 4th. Number 16, we're going to have to clean up the numerator first. So the 10 and the 2 get added together, and then we subtract the 9. So it's going to be x to the 12th over x to the 9th minus 9, x to the 3rd. We are going to reduce 18/12ths. And it's implied that this r is to the 1st power. So I'm going to expand this. I have 18/12ths, r to the 2nd, r to the 1st, t to the 14th, t to the 11th. And again, we're subtracting the smaller exponents from the larger exponents and simplifying that fraction. So let's simplify the fraction in the calculator. So I have 18 divided by 12. I'm going to get a fraction of 3/2. So I have 3 over 2 minus 1. So that's r in the numerator minus 11, t to the 3rd, also in the numerator. So if we make this a little bit more appealing, 3r t to the 3rd over 2. Number 18, we have to distribute that 2 into each term of the numerator. So I'm going to expand this 3 to the 1st, x to the 3rd, y to the 2nd, all that to the 5th, so that gets distributed over 9x to the 1st, y to the 2nd. So working the numerator first, and then doing everything. Every new line of this is going to be a new equation. So I have 3 to the 5th, x to the 15th, y to the 10th, all of that over 9, x to the 1st, y to the 2nd. So this part right here, 3 to the 5th over 9th, we can put this into our calculator. So I'm going to get 3 raised to the 5th divided by 9. And that's going to give me 27. So that's 27 as a whole number, so it stays in the numerator. And then we can start to subtract. We're going to go ahead and start to subtract these smaller exponents from the larger exponents. So I get 27 x to the 14th, y to the 8th. That's my solution. We're going to multiply, right, distribute into the parentheses and then collect like terms. Remember, the denominator and the numerator are their own little math problems, just like each term is. So this is n to the 6th, n to the 8th over n to the 12th. Then we add the numerators, the exponents of the numerator, n to the 14th over n to the 12th. I subtract the smaller exponent from the larger, and I get n to the 2nd.